Bulldogs got to play a great LSU team down in Austin, Texas, and LSU would go on to the Final Four that year, and obviously had a great team. But we talk about how an athletic director have to do a little bit of everything. On the way back, I believe you had to help out, help unload the plane, if I recall.
Right, absolutely. The NCAA had chartered a plane, and we landed at the Asheville airport when they were not quite ready for us. And they were trying to figure out how to get us to the baggage, and they realized we couldn't pull up to the terminal because they hadn't screened our bags. And so since I'm kind of a small person, they put me in the cargo hold along with Terry Burney, one of our associate ADs, and Judith Bohan, our budget manager, who are pretty small people. Were throwing baggage off the airplane, so whatever it takes, to get us back home. So that was one of those memories that you will not forget for a long time.
Something that Dick Bedore probably hasn't done at Chapel Hill, I wouldn't think.
Well, I don't know. We'll have to ask Dick about that next time we see him.
And last year, the men's basketball team wins the regular season championship, ends up losing the finals, but does get to go to the NIT, a school record 23 games. We had the unique opportunity, and we'd love to do it again, of hosting both the men's and women's basketball tournament. And Jan, it must have been interesting, with all the speculation, well, we have it here at the Civic Center, and then why'd you finally decide to have it at Justice Center?
Well, that's an easy answer, and I know you and I talked about it even before that event happened. And you have to do what's best for your student athletes, and without a doubt, you and I felt, and amongst others that we consulted with, that our student athletes had earned that right to play in their own home facility. And so it really was one of those kinds of things you thought about, and obviously we had to do a lot of planning because we wanted to make sure it was a safe venue and a well taken care of venue, and we felt like we could do that at the Justice Center, and it was sold out. And one of the things, I have to say this on camera about men's basketball too, I don't think people realize how hard it is to win in men's basketball. Yes. And what they have accomplished, because we play those game guarantees. We play the Carolinas and the Tennessees, and a lot of things have to go right to win a Big South championship in men's basketball, or even to go to the NIT. And Coach B and his staff, at the time, Nick McDevitt and Thomas Nash and Trip Cogburn, they put their hearts and souls into making that happen and represented the university in such a positive way. And see all the students come out to watch our games and see people be turned away from the Justice Center. It was unbelievable. And once again, it's more than winning the game, though. It's what goes into that, and getting that community support is very important.
And I think one of the things that I'll always remember, Janet, is that last regular season game was going down to Winthrop, and with all the cards on the table and stuff, and our guys just playing a spectacular game, winning 63-50 at the Winthrop Coliseum. The game was on regional television. They had a sellout crowd themselves, over 6,000 people, and they couldn't wait to get a crack at UNC Asheville again. And one of our finest moments, I thought, winning regular season title down there.
Oh, absolutely. And then I remember you and I went into the locker room afterwards because the television crew was back there, and they were presenting the trophy, and how excited KJ Garland and Vincent James and all those guys were, and Garrett Moles. What a great moment. Brian Smithson, they had worked so hard, and to know that they were having that chance, they had won a Big South championship, was really unbelievable for those, because they had overcome a lot of adversity in the previous years. Yeah.
And of course, we had some injuries last year as well, and got off to a great start, 18-4, including a win over South Carolina. But then had some injuries to Brian Smithson and Kenny George, and lost 4 in a row. But the guys did a great job getting their bearings back, and winning those last 3 and winning 2 games in the tournament. Not able to get Winthrop in the championship game, but still, we'll take 23-10 every day, won't we?
Right, and the fact that we were able to go to the NIT and play Ohio State, a great program, and we have them on the schedule again this year, so a little rematch of the NIT, so that'll be a lot of fun too. So it was a great year.
No question. December 26th, Bulldogs take on the Buckeyes, and that's a bit of a tough road trip for the men's basketball. Talk about them a little bit. We play Duke on December 17th, then go to Buffalo on December 20th, and then Ohio State December 22nd. You'll have to do with that Duke game. It's the first time that the Bulldogs have ever played Duke, and I know that's going to be exciting.
It really is going to be exciting, and a lot of our fans are going to go to support us, and we were able to get that game and an opportunity to play. And I've been telling people, all I know is somebody in blue is going to win. So either way, somebody in blue is going to come out victorious there. And that's a great, because they're such a great academic school, and so are we. So and Cameron, wow, everybody that has ever dreamed of basketball knows about Cameron Indoor. And you know, that's not a huge facility.
No, it's not,
and you know,
no.
and sometimes we get criticized because of the Justice Center, but I think Duke realized what a home court advantage when you're in Cameron with the Cameron crazies going wild. So we're really going to have our work cut out for us.
That'll be exciting, no question about it. And I've been fortunate to be to Duke a couple of times. It's a big Justice Center. I mean, it's like I said, it's bigger, but it's a big Justice Center. Not hosting the women's basketball tournament this year, but we are hosting the volleyball tournament November 21st through the 23rd, and the baseball championships down at McCormick Field that we're working with the tourists in the city of Asheville. And I know that we're happy to have those two championships here.
Oh, we are, and you know, before I talk a little bit about those championships, you know, we really need to say up front, the city of Asheville, the mayor and Jeff Joyce and all those folks that are, and the tourists themselves, the Asheville tourists, are helping us with that baseball. But talk about a community collaboration to make these events happen in Asheville. And, you know, we can't do it by ourselves, and you and I realize that. So I want to really thank those folks. But, you know, we have volleyball here in the fall, and our women's volleyball team obviously just beat NC State the other night for their first ACC win.
Ever, yep.
And so, you know, we're a young team but getting better with each match. So come November, I think we'll be a team to reckon with, and we have the opportunity to be at home. So could it be like women's basketball, you know, win their first Big South championship and go to the NCAAs? And to know that we're also going to host baseball here in the spring at McCormick, which has kind of become our home away from home for our baseball program. That's going to be just wonderful. And for those people that are watching, to watch a Big South baseball championship is pretty impressive, because we know Coastal's nationally ranked and Winthrop is in nationally ranked teams. You know, we are one of the best baseball conferences in the nation.
Right. Yeah, Coastal Carolina last year, I got a #1 seed and hosted a regional and lost to Chapel Hill in the Super Regionals. And the Big South has sent 2 teams to the NCAA tournament for like 5 of the last 8 years. So that's very exciting. And Janet, I guess my last question to you is, you were 5-3 versus the Bulldogs as head coach. You coached at Mars Hill and at Western Carolina. What's the secret to beating the Bulldogs?
What's the secret of beating the Bulldogs? That's a great question. I don't want to give that out to our fans, because now I want the Bulldogs to win every time that we play. So I'm not giving away any secrets.
All right, Janet, thank you so much. This has been Mike Gore and Janet Cohn with Mountain Highlights.